Oh my goodness. Super tight. Oh, Jamie, what's going on, man? How's the weather? There is a heat stroke in Sweden right now. It's over 30 degrees. Leg days are rough now. Oh my goodness. Exactly opposite right now. Freezing my ass off over here, man. Really cold. Exactly opposite. Freezing my ass off. Oh, thank you, dude. Yeah, I've started collecting a while back, man. So I've got a whole stack of equipment now. Very happy with all of this. But there's still a few pieces that I want eventually. The worst thing about it all is the frozen hands. Bloody frozen hands. Ram, how you going? Oh, Ram. I don't know, dude. I don't really know. I have no idea, Ram. I would have to give that a lot of thought. Well, the proper gym has every different piece of equipment, including belt squat, which most gyms don't have. Now only pay $10 a week. Yeah, Jamie, all of that is good, but I think there's something to be said about, your own space. This is something that I tell people all the time. It's like, time is valuable, right? So the time that it takes for you to go to the gym and come back from the gym, it's an hour. I mean, I don't know exactly where this gym is of yours, but the convenience of having a home gym it's worth the extra cost that it takes to make this happen at home. That's my opinion. Obviously, everyone's different. Yeah, Jamie, if that's the case, if you like the social aspect, the gym is the right place for you. The social aspect for me can sometimes be a deterrent, to be honest with you. Over the last few years, I hated, not hated, but it's like, I want to get a quick workout in. I want to come in and get things done, especially if you're training every day, these hours do add up. So when you're kind of goal focused and you want to get in, get out, the last thing you want to do is be rude to people and not talk to them. So I always found that really interesting, to kind of navigate. I don't want to be that guy that doesn't say hi to everyone. You know what I mean? Like if I know you, I'll speak to you. But also at the same time, I don't want to be at the gym for 3 hours, man. I got things to do. So the social aspect can be a negative in my eyes. Manny says, my name is Manny. You met my friend Luka Andrić at Deremy Welland a while back. We've been fans of you since 2021. Oh, nice, man. Hope you're doing well. I am good, Manny. How are you, dude? Just a quick one. I want my father to start lifting and going for walks to maintain his health. He's not very strong and a bit frail, but he's quite motivated to get active since we just lost our family dog and he can't walk him anymore. What exercises would you recommend to start off? He's 67. Yeah, it's that's a tricky one. It depends on each individual. Like I've got a mum and a dad, and thank God for that. They're in good health and everything's going well. My dad, he would come over here and he would just start doing some machines that I've got here. And it's one of the reasons why I was so motivated to get some of these pieces for home. Because I knew it wasn't just going to benefit me, it's going to benefit a lot of my family. And so, especially these machines, like, you know, this stuff here, the cables, so easy, like, so safe. So he does all of that. My mum, on the other hand, she's not very happy to do any of this stuff. So for her, it's been a battle over the years to try and get her motivated and to sell her on exercise. She does walks. I mean, that's the only thing she does, walks. She's pretty good with that, especially, you know, obviously during warmer months. Right now, she's not going to be walking, running around. But it depends, dude. It depends. If he doesn't want to get out and you don't have any, you know, resources, any machines, I've told my mum in the past to like do squats, like box squats off the chair, the dining chair, you know, like literally sit down in the chair like this. And I would just challenge her. I'm like, Mum, can you do this? She's like, of course I can do that. I do that every day. I'm like, okay, can you give me 50 of these? 50 of these. Just sit on a chair that you eat your dinner on, and just do 50 of these. This is kind of like the most, you know, scaled back idea of squatting that I can think of. And you know me, man, like I'm a big advocate of the leg muscles. I think the leg muscles are much more important than the upper body when it comes to longevity and health. And the studies to show that as well, that if you develop, you know, the muscle mass on your lower part of the body, it's a really good indicator that you're going to have a strong, healthy life and a long life. So I'm always pushing people to do some sort of like squat variation. And this is the most basic one you can think of. And then, you know, if she was really crazy about it, I could give her a bit of a weight, like a 6 kilo, you know, this 6 kilo kettlebell, you know, put that on your leg like this, and then stand up with it, and then down. Literally, like you do that every single freaking day to get on the toilet and off the toilet. And so these types of things I'm a big proponent of. Because I believe in it. Obviously, you can do cardio, you can do walks and all of that, but like I've always said it, you know, walks are so ineffective, man. Like you're there walking for an hour and you get very little out of it, in my opinion. Like I'd rather you have lean muscle tissue, which is going to raise your metabolic rate, therefore keep your body weight down, and just keep you in much healthier stead than just, you know, huffing and puffing for an hour. I don't need an hour. I need 15 minutes from you. I need you to do 3 sets of 50 of those. And that's going to be much more beneficial in my opinion, just because of the aspect of resistance training and developing those glutes and hips and legs. And so you could start in with something like that. Obviously, I don't know your father. I don't know if he would even welcome that idea. But a lot of people think that you need weights to start. You don't. You know, even if you're an 18-year-old guy and you got no money for the gym, you don't need the gym, dude. Just think about the boys that are in prison. You know, they do thousands of push-ups. They do thousands of squats. You can do a lot. It just starts up here, man. If your mind is not up to it, you're not going to be able to do any of that. So it just depends. You know, I would offer him various different things. And this is the thing with beginners. You need to make it enticing for them. You need to kind of trigger something in them that they're going to want to do that, right? Obviously, having a dog and walking with the dog, that's a lot of people will jump at that idea because it's you're hanging out with the dog. A lot of people find it really difficult to spend energy on themselves, especially people that are like in their 50s and 60s. They're family people, probably, you know, I mean, he's got you, right? So he's a father. So they'd rather spend time with their family and spend their resources and energy on their family rather than themselves. It's almost like they see it as a selfish thing to go to the gym and work yourself out, even though we know that that's wrong, right? Because a healthy parent is going to be around longer than an unhealthy parent. And so the most selfless thing to do is to get fit and strong and be around for a long time. That's the best thing you can do for me if you're in my life, right? So yeah, it depends. It really, really depends. A lot of people hate the idea of working out. Whether you have a dog, that's great, or whether you start playing tennis or golf or whatever the case might be, just to put your mind off of the fitness element to it, and you just kind of get fitness as a side quest from the thing that you're doing. If you're playing golf and you're playing, I don't know what the terminology is, 18 holes, I don't really know if that's a lot or a little. You got to walk around the whole day, basically. And so that's a lot of walking around that you will do while you're playing the game and you're focusing on the game, but really you're getting, the true benefit is you're getting this exercise. Yeah, that's where I would start. But it's going to be a tough sell. A 67-year-old man is probably hard to convince. All right, fellas. I want to plonk you here. And I warm up for a bit of bench. Just a little bit of bench for good measure, eh? Oh. My dad's 73, leg muscle most important. Manny says, thanks for the advice. I was thinking something similar. Acquire volume, doing sit to stand, walking on a treadmill to start off. Appreciate your time and advice. No, all good, Manny. I'm all too glad to discuss some of these things because these are very, very important. You know, one of the things that I'm really passionate about, and you know, I've tried to make my videos about some of this stuff. Some people get the wrong idea, but I feel like I've found a mountain of gold with this, you know, fitness thing that I love to do every single day. And you know, I love doing it. I'm on my journey and I'm trying to improve and all this stuff. It's like a crazy journey, but what would make this thing even better for me if I got my loved ones involved? And that has not been easy. That's been a lot more difficult than I thought it would ever be. You would think that, you know, just the idea of, you know, having a YouTube channel and having all these people follow me, I'm like, okay, it's sick. I can use this, you know, as an aspect for my family to get involved, right? Because, you know, maybe my words do mean something. Maybe my efforts every single day motivate some people across the seas, but also maybe that will get people in my own house involved. But it hasn't been the case. Unfortunately, that's kind of been a sour point for me. I would love nothing more than my brother and my parents and my two best friends to get involved in this, but they're not really like that. They don't really care about any of this stuff. And so I know exactly how it is to try and get somebody involved that is completely not interested in something like this. I always thought everyone would be interested in health, right? We all need health, just like we all need food and water, but it's not like that. People don't think of it like that way. And so I've thought about it in many different ways, especially with my partner. Obviously, I know it is difficult. We've got kids and responsibilities and whatever. And, you know, I could be in a place like this with no people around, no mirrors around, no nothing. I'm motivated enough to train. But a lot of people aren't like that. They need, like another fella here said, he wants to go to the gym, see people, the social aspect and whatever. And I'm like, God, I'm not like that at all. Sure, if I had the time, I'll do that. But like for me completely without anyone around, I'm happy to train. So it's a difficult thing. And there will be nothing better than you getting your own people involved in fitness. That's a major, major win, I think. A major, major win. Now, I want to make this a little heavier, so let's see if 26 will be all right. I don't know if this is going to work. It might be too fat. I might need a... Man. I'm doing bodyweight squats now. It's the first time I've watched your live squat. I will do squats 2 hours later. I've been watching your channel for many years. Just wanted to say hi. Reza, appreciate you, brother. No, he doesn't need a walking stick, thankfully, but I want him to get stronger to stop needing one in the future. Yeah, well done, man. That is a very good idea. Parents have my old home gym, so I'm going to go over there and use it as an activity we can do together. Thanks so much for the detailed answer, Ivan. Much appreciated. I may come back to a future stream with an update. Nice, Manny. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you have some good news to tell us all. It's not an easy task, but I reckon with the right approach, you'll be able to get them moving for sure. Good on you, man. If you hit radial deviation with the same volume as pronation, you will be 100 kg champ. Oh, there you go. Radial, fuck, no way, dude. That is very, very heavy. Like, I'm just picturing that now. That will be very, very difficult to do. Good morning, Scar. Frank says, who do you follow for the arm wrestling videos and lower arm exercises? I got golfer's elbow at both sides from wrongly low bar squatting, and I'm very curious to go down that rabbit hole. Some of the people that I've learned a lot from is Devin Larat. I think that's how you call him. I don't know these people off by heart like that, but I know of them. There's a bunch of these Russian dudes that I follow, and I've seen videos. There's a particularly Russian guy that has a really informative channel. I forget his name. I forget the channel and everything, but I've got him like in my subscriptions. There's a whole host of people. I mean, you don't really need to particularly follow one person. You can just follow just the genre. So just YouTube this stuff, TikTok this stuff, whatever platform you use. Just look it up. You're going to find heaps of information about it. And over time, you'll start to, get ideas of what are the basic fundamental exercises. And you just start there and you progress, Oh man. One of the best things about this type of training is that it just makes you freaking feel good. You know, there's very, very few exercises that you can do that are genuinely beneficial for you. Like, you can just do them and only them, and you'll just feel better and better. You know, there's a lot of exercises that we do in the gym that need like a whole concoction of freaking supplementary exercises, you know. I wish like you could just squat and you'll feel good squatting forever, but you don't. Like, you start to develop all these imbalances and things. But pronation, in fact, all of these freaking exercises that I've been doing for my forearms, like, it just makes my whole freaking arm feel good. Like, it's just something that I've neglected for so long, doing only pulling and pushing, not understanding that the relationship with your hand and how it freaking sits in the joint and the structures that are supporting the hand, fuck, is just so important. I love doing it. So I don't do this when I'm doing 100 kilo bench press, but when I start to go into, 2.5, 3 plates and beyond, I always do pronation work, and I always do some sort of forearm work. I mean, in the past, I've just done pronation, supination. I've now added cupping and rising. And I'm just kind of continuously expanding this idea. Once you have a run-in with elbow pain once, you understand what a difficult problem it is to fix because of just the nature of the arm, right? Like, there's a lot of tendons and ligaments involved. And when you piss those connective tissues, like, it's so hard to get them back on track. It's such a slow progression back. So it's kind of rehab in a way, but also you're getting stronger in arm wrestling, like if you were to go down that path. I like the idea of arm wrestling. It looks very, very exciting to me from the perimeter, not being involved at all. And I'd love to go and check out a freaking competition. I don't even know where they are. Like, I literally know no one. I know one guy that I bumped into at the gym once, and he was actually encouraging me to come that Sunday for a competition just to spectate. And I never went, but I kind of wish I went just to kind of see what it's about and stuff. Obviously, the one thing that I'm a little bit worried about is freaking snapping the arm. I'm not interested in snapping my arm. But it feels like a really good sport, right? Like, it doesn't feel like you can cheat. I don't know. I'm just a rookie looking through from the stands, but like, it doesn't seem like you can cheat in a way. There's a standard, right? Like, and I feel like sport like powerlifting, there seems to be so much freaking variation. They can't standardize the sport through rules at all. It just seems like every other guy that's squatting seems to be doing their own thing. There's sumos that conventional deadlifts, like, what the fuck, is this just a sport, or is this like a collection of lifts that we're just gonna do? So powerlifting is kind of annoying in that sense. That's why I've never competed, because it's just so like, what the hell are we doing here, man? One guy's playing basketball, the next guy's playing football. It's like, how the hell is this the same sport? That's kind of how it feels. Like, one guy's benching with like this much range of motion, another guy's like doing close grip. One guy's sumo deadlifting, the other one's conventional deadlifting. One guy's squatting hard, the other one's going low. It's just all over the place, and it's like, some guy might win and he might not even be the strongest guy. Like, that's the kind of the level we're at. Whereas, I don't know, with arm wrestling, it seems like it's you against the other guy, and that's it. Like, there's a whole stack of technique that you can use, and it's not up to a judge. It's literally up to you. That's what it seems like to me from outside, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's more to it. God. Many people don't prioritize fitness as they age. Absolutely, Ms. Spot on. What do you think about club mace training, and have you heard of flow rope? I've not heard of flow rope, but I've seen mace training and club training. Seems interesting. Seems very much like kettlebell in the sense that it's like momentum and there's not a lot of tension, muscle tension. Seems like, once again, from afar, without even trying, it seems that way. It's kind of like the kettlebell swing. There's like this freaking pop, and then hold on to the weight as it goes by, and then pop. So it's like next to no muscle tension, and it's all power. It's all power. Seems kind of like the same with the mace training. It's like the thing is flying, but there's only like small moments of tension in the muscle. What is it that you like about lifting? What keeps you doing it every day? Is it just the enjoyment of doing the act itself or something deeper? Cloud no people, man. Oh, dude, it's multifaceted. You know, I enjoy this for many, many freaking reasons, man. And it goes back to like way before I even started training with barbells and dumbbells. You know, I grew up being a sports kid. You know, played basketball, played soccer. I did my best to improve, to make it to these Division 1 teams and progress. And I kind of fell in love with the process of improving myself. And the experimentation of it, the artistry of it, you know. How do you make the body adapt to a higher level? How do you beat your opponent? He might be bigger and stronger, but you're smaller and faster. How do you use that? All that kind of stuff. And I kind of had that as a kid growing up. And then I stopped playing basketball. And I was lost there for a few years. And then I discovered squatting and deadlifting. Then I found Olympic weightlifting, got into it a little bit, like understanding it. And I was like, this is really cool. Like this can be for the rest of my life. I never saw basketball, like basketball broke my heart. And I stopped. But this weightlifting thing, I can do this forever. You know what I mean? And I can feed that hunger for improving myself every day. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's healthy. So I know I'm benefiting myself every single day. And I know exercise and movement is healthy, so that's good. The third thing, every single time I train, I feel better mentally. I feel distressed. I feel happier. So that attracts me. The fourth thing is probably just having a habit, a routine. I know the power of a habit and a routine. And just over the years of lifting, I've just kind of realized that I'm better when I do this in every facet of my life. It's just the way it is. And so, you know, people talk about hypertrophy and progression weights and whatever, but like, dude, I've got like 4 or 5 other, you know, reasons that I'm running for this. And obviously there's an enjoyment component to it. And like rocking up every single day and seeing the small little variations of how the body feels under the weight and navigating that. And then obviously through this act of training, I'm also discovering things about the body. So something happens in the gym, I work something out, then I go read about physiology and anatomy, link back my nursing into all of this and all my experiences, talking to the doctors and the physios. And so it's kind of like, you know, you're learning everywhere and you're kind of progressing and getting a better understanding as you go along. And this is kind of like an experiment in a way. There's also that element. You're experimenting constantly, trying to work out why I have no hip internal rotation after squatting 2,000 days in a row. How the hell did that go? What leads to that? And so you listen to a million different other people, you think about what's going on with you, and then you try and kind of work it out. There's also that intellectual component to it as well. It's very much fun. And if you like video games, man, like this is what video games are. You are developing a character, you're going through the levels, and some levels are harder than others, and usually the higher you go in the video game, the harder it gets, and so you need to kind of work out bits and pieces. Except in the video game, the dopamine releases are every couple of minutes. With this, you might be going months on end without seeing anything, and then the dopamine release. So that prolonged wait for the dopamine release is actually really beneficial for you as a human being, and it translates well into real life. So it teaches you patience, discipline, teaches you self-awareness, teaches you many different things. You can see that I could probably go on and on about it, but it's multifaceted, man. I'll turn some of these lights on. You won't be able to see me in here. Of course, this one light never turns on. You need to shimmy it left and right before it bloody turns on. All right, let's move you over here. Oh my God, this phone stand thing, whatever you want to call the camera stand, is so light after handling that pronation. Susta Nadia, what's going on, man? I'm good. How are you? Hello. Nikhils, hello. Thorfinn, thank you so much, man. Vladimir Piva, appreciate you, dude. I like that you mentioned the intellectual aspect. I really believe that's what makes elite natural lifters. Yeah, you need to have some sort of freaking advanced knowledge to be able to work this stuff out. The idea of just working hard will get you places is not right. Working hard, if you're lucky, will work. You'll just fall onto the right path, which is very difficult to maintain for 20 years. You're bound to fall off. But you need to have an understanding of how the body moves, and you know, when you exhibit certain symptoms, you need to know how to go about fixing it. You know. Do you think Thor will lift the 505 deadlift? I think so. I think he's got it in him. That's a monster of a man. All right, let's go to one plate. What are your thoughts about knees over toes guy? Yeah, I think he's got some fantastic ideas for sure. I don't mind listening to him at all. It's really a breath of fresh air. Ivan, what are you bulletproofing exercises in general, but also in particular for the obliques? I don't think obliques need bulletproofing. Unless that's something that gets injured for you all the time. The arm wrestling exercises, mainly the pronation, bulletproofing exercise for sure. The adductor work that I'm doing right now, bulletproofing, that's fixed my hips. What else? Mainly those two are the biggest problems for me, the elbow and the hip. And those two exercises just basically fix me. I feel fantastic since doing them. All right, let's now do 2 plates. Wish I could go 1, 2, 3 plates. That would be sick. That would be sick. No, but I have to go a bit slower than that. I'm not there yet. Do you try carnivore and what's your opinion about this diet? All of these diets that are restricting whole food groups, I think, are not good. Extremism in general is not good regardless of what you're talking about. It's just not a good idea to just leave out whole food groups unless you are really ill and you are clutching at your straws and you're trying to work out some extreme measures for some extreme conditions. For most people out there, you don't need to do carnivore diet. It makes no sense, like I said, unless you are very, very unwell with some sort of autoimmune diseases, irritable bowel, Crohn's or something. I don't know, I'm just imagining here from the top of my head some of the things that I've heard about people benefiting from carnivore diet. But for 99% of the world, all of these crazy, dietary things, paleo, herbivore, carnivore, freaking keto, all of this stuff is just not sustainable, man. It's just simply not sustainable. I don't believe 99% of the world should be doing that. And obviously diet is one of those things that it's up there with religion, it seems. Very sensitive topic, and politics. the moment you say you eat animals, there's millions of people that are at your throat about it. So I don't know. I think you just have a balanced diet, listen to your body and go from there for most people. But if you have some real health issues, then you might want to try carnivore. I don't know. Try everything, whatever helps. All right, let's go to 120 now. $120, eh? I'm doing these singles now, 3, 4, 5 times a week. That's the plan. I'm gonna try and peak these bench a little bit. Do some singles. Have you ever drank kefir? Absolutely, kefir is amazing. Overhead behind the neck, tricep extensions. Yes, I have. So the thing that I had wasn't a elbow impingement, and it wasn't tricep related, it was forearm related. I mean, there's multiple different issues that you can run in with elbows, obviously. Above the joint, below the joint. My problems were below the joint. So things like golfer's elbow and tennis elbow are not related to your tricep. They're related to below the joint. So like the medial and lateral aspects of the forearms, proximal forearms, like the flexors. So, and all of that, I feel like it can be addressed with arm wrestling movements. You need to find where you're weak at and train that. That's definitely helped me. The worst thing about this for me is the bench. The bench is terrible. These prongs at the end of the bench really screw me over. They get in my way. I wish they didn't. I wish they didn't, but they do. How you set up for the bench press is so crucial, man. It is so crucial to be in a position where you can create the most tension. I feel like that is a big problem with bench. Can you find that tightness? Can you find that position that you feel locked in? Cricket 8, Ivan, did you see Natural Hypertrophy's video on your video on how to build a big... Oh yeah, that was like years ago now. Yeah, I saw that, man. I saw his opinion. Yeah. That was damn near... Must be 2 years ago now. Yeah, 2 years, surely. Yeah, if I remember now. Yeah, maybe even more. 3 years ago, maybe? Don't know. It was a while back. I remember seeing it. thoughts. You want to start some beef? I don't want to start anything. He's got his own opinions. I've got my opinions, and let's leave it at that. I'm not interested in any beef. I'll let him make those type of videos. I won't make those videos. What's up, Chris? How are you, brother? That was a shit rep, man. Fucking shit. Why did that feel shitty? It's the setup, probably. Let's see if I can make the 140 feel a bit better. A bit better. Yeah, man, it's cold out here. Terrible to get going, but once you get the blood going, it's a little bit better. But yeah, my nose is frozen, my hands are frozen. That's the other thing. Like that's what I hate about lifting in the winter, man. I got freaking cold fingers and I'm trying to bench, and I'm sure those cold fingers make the elbows like and the bloody wrists feel. It's not good to lift heavy in winter, man. It just feels shit. Ivan, what do you think? What do I think about what, Ms.? Did I miss something? Cricketer8 says, Ivan, have you seen the satire? At least I hope it's satire, video title. Ivan Djuric is a fake natty or something along those lines. Oh, no, that's not from, who made that? I don't know about that one. Morning, Adelaide. What's going on? Oh, thank you. Bit of a beanie. Where's your previous question, Ms.? What you think your estimate max on low bar? Oh, Ms., I'm not good at low bar at all, dude. I don't know. I've never felt comfortable with low bar. The idea of my adductors are shit. And so when I did low bar towards the end of last year, dude, I felt like I was going to tear my groin. Yeah, I felt like I've got power. I can push way more, right? Like I'm squatting way more with high bar close. But wide stance, I literally feel like the adductors are going to pop off the bone. And so until I bring that weakness up, I can't even imagine what the max is. I literally have this weakness that's just limiting me immensely. All right, 3 plates. Let's see how this baby moves now. That felt a bit better. Let me try 150 now. Oh, should I try 150? Nah, fuck it, I won't try 150. I'll do this a few more times. fuck it. Felt pretty easy. Could have been better. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks to have a garage gym. Well, if you can call it. It's the worst time to train outside in the winter. You're really getting smashed by the elements. Max, what do you mean most obese accountants? The guy named the translator, he doesn't have much popularity. Oh yeah, dude, you're yeah, all of these videos you're mentioning are so freaking old. I remember that guy. I don't think that, yeah, I don't know what to think about that guy, dude. I saw the video and I let him be. Just wondering if you would ever purchase from Belts of Steel if you saw a gym piece that you loved, given what happened with the company. It's very, very hard to support somebody that really is against you. You know what I mean? Like, if there is no relationship at all, you buy and there's nothing. But when you're paying for something that you know that person dislikes you, then it's a different type of thing. Like, you know, there's many different manufacturers. If somebody's very, very upset at you, the best thing you can do is stay clear of them. I don't think Bells of Steel, but the sounds of it, I mean, I don't really know exactly. They don't want to be associated with me at all. And so, you know, I'm going to try my best not to show their symbol anywhere, you know, keep them happy. If they think I'm a devil, then I'll stay away from them. You know, there's no point me trying to, you know, rep them when they don't want to be repped by me. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't had any further communication, and whatever. Two grown men going separate ways is fine. Like, it was completely normal, you know, no hard feelings either way. But I'm not going to go out of my way to try and make up with somebody that clearly doesn't like me. Crazy Taru says, the cable tower is from Boss. Yep. Hey brother, what are your thoughts on peptides for injuries, BPC? Nah, dude, I'm not into peptides. I'm not into steroids. I'm not into hormones. I'm not into modulators. I'm not into any of that stuff. All that stuff belongs to people that are very, very unwell and in need of medical assistance. These peptides and whatever, they come from the cancer world. People that are fighting some severe injuries, illnesses. For a fully grown man to start taking all those things, I don't think it's a good idea. That's just my perspective. But I'm sure there is a whole host of channels out there who are telling you it is all well and good and it's all okay. Each their own, man. As long as you're informed and you feel like you want to take the risk, then you go, man. It's like, you know, people live and die every day and people make decisions every single day. If you want to take that risk in your life, then you go for it and you take it. Everything we do in life has a bit of risk. And as long as you're an adult and you're fully informed, then you go for it. My thing is I would never. Yeah, it was a freebie, yeah. I'm sure the satire, you should get a laugh out of it. Yeah, I did laugh, Cricket Aid. I laughed very hard. Gym equipment company, Bells of Steel, makes sense. Yeah, it's very, very cold over here, guys. All right, let's see. All right, that's enough. Let me start working on some good stuff. Oh, look at this guy hanging around. I didn't even see him. All right, now. Oh, let's get busy with this stuff. Let's get busy with it. Let's go to 31. Oh, fuck. Why is this not getting on properly now? Oh man, that is a killer. Now it says, I've seen a lot of people pushing peptides. We're in that stage of life, man. Everyone is just crazy about drugs in general, man. You know, everyone's trying to fall in love with the enhanced, concept. That just seems to be the way the world works right now. If you're natural, you're not cool. If you're unnatural, you get the following, you get the cool vibes. You're so amazing, dude. Each to their own, dude. You just gotta. A lot of these people are gonna get caught out. Trust me, man. These 30-year-old bodybuilders are dying at 30 years old. Some are 40, and they were the coolest shit around, right? And now they're not very cool, are they? That's the way it is. Mark Bell is on a sugar diet now? The hell is that sugar diet? Jesus Christ. A sugar diet. What's next? Fuck. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Where are you from, Max? Why are you so interested in that? I'm in Australia, dude. It's the same as in America. It's all the same. Nice. Greek yogurt is good, man. Very good. All right. Get some more pronation work. Oh my God. Oh man, the left wrist is a lot weaker. You're from Germany. Yeah, yeah, dude. I've seen patients that are well over 300 kilos. Uh, I think there's somebody here in Adelaide that is just under 400 kilos, if I'm not mistaken. There are, I think there are 4 people in Adelaide that are over 300 kilos, and there's countless people that are 200. Plus. Yeah. And I know this because I work in emergency, you know, and I know there's only, I think we've got 2 ambulances that can transport these people. There's 2 of them, I think. And so obviously ramping is probably a problem worldwide. Ramping meaning that, you know, when the ambulances park out the front of the hospital because there's no space, we call that in Australia ramping. So we are technically not allowed to ramp those big trucks because there's only 2 of them to service the whole state. And so if one of these bariatric patients need transport, there's only 2 trucks that can do it. And so, you know, very quickly we learned that, you know, keeping those people out. And sometimes these trucks bring in normal people, or not normal people, but like not normal weight people, but people that are not that large, but still exceed kind of like that 200 mark. And so we're kind of pressured to get these people in sooner than basically jump the queue because we don't have enough of those trucks around. So I know in Adelaide, I think there's 4 people over 300, I think. 300 kilos, which is nuts, right? And these people are not mobile. These people are very much stuck in their homes. There was one individual that was stuck in a shed, and the fire rescue team had to go cut the garage open. They had to like use the jaws of life, those big machines to cut through the garage to get this person out because they can't make it through the door. So those are probably the most extreme, you know, examples. Miz says you have a aesthetically pleasing squat, even though I can tell you are not built for the squat movement. I wish my squat looked like you. Oh, thank you, Miz, man. That's a very nice compliment, dude. I've worked very hard at it, and the work is not stopping, but, you know, I'm fighting against the grain here. Have I had those? Yeah, of course, man. I've had those people in emergency. Oh, there's machines. There are many machines for this stuff. You know, we don't need to lift these people. There's machines for it. There's machines for all this stuff. So you don't actually need to lift it. I mean, who can lift a 300 kilo person? It's not a weight. These people often don't have, you know, the nicest shape. You can't lift somebody that you can't even grab onto. So it's very, very difficult. Will I ever get a trap bar? I wanted to get a trap bar, man. I've been thinking about it recently. But I think I'm going to stick with the belt squat for the moment. I'm going to stick with the belt squat for the moment and try and give a block of that. Because I think it's probably similar to what the trap bar would offer. In that it's going to mimic that, leg press movement. I kind of really want to just emulate that. I mean, I don't have access to a leg press, but I really want to, try and relive what I did last year, at the end of last year with all of that. I really want to relive that. That was a really successful period for me. So I'm kind of really excited about that. So I want to see if I can replicate that. It's going to be a little bit different this year because I probably won't be at the gym. I won't have the hack squat and whatever, but I'm going to try my best to do the belt squat. Yeah. A lot of this stuff comes, down to, what you have available to you. And if you really like how, Louis Simmons went about his training with the whole conjugate idea with, hundreds of freaking exercises rotated in and out, and instead of taking a deload, you're essentially just swapping out one exercise for another and you continue to push. So you're constantly pushing, but you're not, requiring to take a step back. You just change. And, there's a saying that says, change is as good as a rest. So that's kind of what Louis Simmons went on by, and obviously he produced a lot of success with himself and also many other people. So, obviously you don't have endless amount of resources from a home gym, but you can still work your way around, right? Like, you could, I don't know, let's think about it. You can do the belt squat, you can do a sumo deadlift, which is kind of similar. Then you can have a block of safety squat. You can have a block of like endless, like front squat, safety squat, lunges, like as in a split squats. You can really, really mix it up, and you can have the same type of focus, which is that let's say for me, the quad focus. Let's say you are, really in need of posterior chain strength. Heaps of stuff you can do, many, many different things. You can just kind of line them up back to back 4 weeks at a time. And you don't have to have 100 different exercises like Louis did. You can have 3 and you just keep on rotating. And the idea is that when you leave something after 4 weeks, you need a bit of time for that sensitivity to that stimulus to kind of, get back. And you kind of numb that sensitivity once you've been with something for 4 weeks. So if you can throw in an exercise for another 4 weeks, a different one, and then another one after 4 weeks, okay, so it's been 8 weeks since the last time you've done this first exercise. And then when you come back to it, number one, you should be a little bit stronger, but 2, it's going to be a novel stimulus again. And then you can kind of try and reproduce that. But obviously it doesn't work every time. But that's kind of the theory behind it all, All right, let's get it go. I'm gonna try something else now. Holy shit. That is heavy as fuck. I need something a little bit. Oh, that's so much different. There's like no weight on the way down. That is so much freaking different. I don't like that actually. What can I do? I don't think I'll be able to do this anyway. You are wishing you can do that. Hell nah. No way, Jose. No way, buddy. You ain't doing that shit. This rising game is something else. And this is fucking too light. What the fuck? Too light, too heavy. Too light, too heavy. So 10's too light, 20's too heavy. All right, let's go 15. What's 15 gonna be, eh? Oh, that is some heavy shit. Whew. That is a killer. That setup, V-bar, heavy tricep press. Yeah, the harsh reality is not everyone can make it. Oh, Miz, in the current climate, the way the world operated, for sure, I don't think everyone can make it. I've never tried fat grips, man. Not properly anyway. I've messed around with it in the gym with somebody else, but never properly, no. Do I have any plans to try it? Yeah, you know, if I continue with this current train of thought, which is, you know, lower arm strength development, why not, man? I can try fat grips. Why not? Oh man. I'll tell you what, it blows the freaking forearms up. It's a great feeling. I don't know if you fellas feel the same way, but training forearms gives you this like euphoric feeling of like so freaking pumped, so juicy that it makes you feel good, kind of like lats. When you get a lat pump, it feels really, really nice as well. Jacked feeling. All right, let's see if I can get another 10 here, eh? Forearms underutilized, that's for sure, man. It just makes sense to me that if you have more development in your forearms, you're going to be able to transfer that force that you create in the pecs to transfer into the bar. He makes sense to me, he really does. And you know, I kind of discovered him by mistake, really, because I had to, you know, pain. But if you don't have, if you don't have that pain, you might never have an excuse to actually get into it, you know. Oh, what's up, John? How are you, dude? 2:30 in Texas. Damn, you left it late. You must work late shifts. Have a good one, man. Appreciate it, John. Isn't this exercise better if you were on an incline? I've never seen anyone do it on an incline. What's this picture on the right? Oh, that's just me and my son. When we were cleaning out, we found this one in one of the boxes, so I just decided to leave it there. Yeah, that's the one. Me and my child. Home gym physique. Let's try and get another set here, eh? Good quality set. That really caned my finger. I really think I need to invest in proper belts. This thing is killing me now. That was 3, 2 more of those. Oh. Oh, I see what you mean. No, but this is not for the biceps. Let's say this is more for the forearm. It's like it's called a rising curl, I believe. It works the rising component, which is that radial brachialis. Is it brachial radialis? I don't really know, bloody always get it screwed up. It's for that muscle. Also for biceps as well, but it's not the main point. Any more cooking with divine videos? I've only done one, man. Seen cooking with divine videos. I'll get some weighted deep stretch push-ups during my Wim Hof breathing, then do some of these band curls. Try the band curls. Hey Jordan, how are you, dude? Thank you, John. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, ratchet strap, man. Smashes the forearms like nobody's business. Really cranks on them. Hey, fellas. Thank you, John. Thank you, Ms. Appreciate the support like always. You guys are too good. I've got to keep bloody moving, otherwise I'll get cold quickly. Oh man, it feels bloody good, that's for sure. All right. Oh, that is a killer. All right, one more set of those, and I'll finish off with some rising, and that will be good. Yeah, thank you, John. It's a fresh addition to the home gym. Jordan, no, I've never tried that. Never tried that. I've always been skeptical of that idea. I know Pavel Tsatsouline spoke at length about this, and I take his word very respectfully. You know, that guy's taught me a lot over the years. But the whole idea of like, you know, putting on a band or whatever to like restrict the blood flow never made sense to me, you know. I don't know. Because I always thought it was about the myosin and actin. We're trying to break that up, like through tension, repetitive tension. But if you're obstructing flow, then you're basically inducing lactic acid or local acidosis in a way, right? You're trying to like create that chemical reaction. I don't know. I always felt like it's bad for the circulatory system, you know. And then when you release that, you get I don't know, like you. I know from a medical point of view, like if you were to like get trapped under something, let's say your arm gets stretched up under a heavy rock, and you can't get it out for a long period of time. Just an example. And you ought to somehow free yourself after hours and hours and hours and hours upon hours. You get rescued or whatever, and they lift this rock. Well, all of that cell death that's happened in that arm, all that released potassium can now rush back into your circulatory system, and you can basically die from it, from like this huge influx of potassium. I know that can happen, and obviously that's extreme. You're not going to have this locked down for hours, obviously. I just don't like the idea of doing that to the body. Don't know. And the other thing is, like, who's done it successfully? Who has done it and has said, like, this is the shit, you know? It's an interesting concept, though. All right, let me crank on this thing one more time, and then we'll do some rising. All right, so now we get one of these out and we do some rising to finish off. Oh my God, I can't even rise anymore. I have to drop the weight. I'll give it another shot. Oh my god. Oh Lord, what a question. Oh fuck. I don't know, dude. I don't think you'll be able to smash a horse from the back, dude. You'll die before that happens. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, brother. You have a good sleep, man. Try and get at least 8 hours, eh? It's really late over there. Yeah, John. It just depends on what type of tendonitis you got, But if you're really struggling with flexor or extensor of the forearm, dude, you gotta get into arm wrestling, man. Just explore that whole genre of training. It is something else, man. I can't recommend it enough. And I think this phone is dead. This phone is about to die. Everything's freaking dying. Josh, man, what's going on? I'm good. How are you? Thank you, dude. Oh, this is really warm. It's amazing how much a hoodie helps out. And I got a haircut today as well. You guys can't even see it. I got a haircut, freaking cold, as a result of it. All right, let's get another sip of this. All right, my fellas, this is it. I'm done, officially spent. Like always, thank you guys for chilling with me, keeping me company. All the gifts today by John and Miz, you guys are legends. Thank you so much. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably same time. We'll see how it all pans out, but I'll be back tomorrow for hopefully some back. I want to get some back in, a bit of rowing. I'll leave you guys to it. And hope you guys have a good day, good night, good sleep, whatever you guys are in the world. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Appreciate you, fellas. Peace out.